All right, week 10 of the NFL season continues on Sunday with some intriguing matchups, including both local teams back in action. So let's discuss some of the burning questions this week around the NFL with New York Post NFL columnist Ryan Dunleavy, who joins me now. Ryan, how are you doing? I can't believe we're already in week 10 of the NFL season. It feels like week 1 was just yesterday.
Yeah, before you know it, I'll be in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. But in Giants and Jets land, people are already starting to talk about the draft, so I guess I can believe it.
Well, we should remind the people that at the beginning of the year, when I talked to you, you told people that the Giants would not have many wins. They seem to be on schedule for that. I do not remember your Jets prediction, though. Where did you have the Jets?
AFC champions.
Oh, well, can't have everything. You can't have it all, Ryan. You can't have it all.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess there's still hope. We'll get to that in a second. I guess there is still hope. But, Ryan, I want to talk about another team before we get to the local teams. We're not used to seeing the Lions this good at this point in the season. They are 7-1 atop the NFC North. So my question for you is Detroit the best team in the NFL right now?
They sure look like it on paper, and when you watch them on Sundays, like the have the number one scoring offense. They can beat you on the ground. They can beat you through the air. They can beat you on defense. So like there's a lot of ways Dan Campbell coaches great games. He's very aggressive, which puts the opponents in a uncomfortable spot. So on paper, yes. On TV, yes. But if you put them on the field with the Chiefs, I'll take the Chiefs. So I'll say they're the best team in the NFC. But on the field where they play the Chiefs, I'll take the Chiefs.
All right, still rolling with the Chiefs there. We're going to talk about them a little bit later. Let's go to the local teams. Now, when you look at the Jets schedule, the team that you had in the AFC Championship game, do you believe, I kind of feel like you might believe this, but do you believe Gang Green can finish strong over their last 8 games and make the playoffs? Or are we going to see same old Jets at the end of the season?
I think they lost too many to begin with. I mean, I think it's destined to be a team that underachieves. I love the talent. They've actually only added more talent since I picked them to be the AFC champions. But they've also fired their coach, and it just feels like something's missing when you're around that team, when you're in the locker room, when you watch them play. It just feels like, you know, when one thing goes right, the other thing goes wrong and vice versa. So I think they dug themselves too big a hole. It wouldn't surprise me to see them make a run to like 9-8 and miss the playoffs, or 8-9 and miss the playoffs, and leave you wondering in week 18 about what could have been. I wrote them off after the loss to the Patriots. They proved me wrong by beating the Texans. Let's see if they can beat the Cardinals and Seahawks back to back and actually give us the season. Consider me a skeptic.
All right, skeptic Ryan Dunleavy here for you. Let's see where he is on the Giants, because the G-Men, they are in last place in the NFC East at 2-7. So my question for you on this is, what can Giants fans look forward to for the rest of the season? What do they have to look forward to, Ryan?
The end of the Daniel Jones era? Is that something that they would look forward to? Some of them certainly would. Some of them want it to happen already. I mean, he's not going to play much longer. If they lose to the Panthers, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't start another game for the Giants. The bye week is next week. It's the perfect time if they lose to bench him and get Drew Lock ready to play. If they win, it becomes a little more complicated. You don't want to bench him off of a victory. Then they have the bye week. So then you play the Buccaneers, and then if you lose to the Buccaneers, you have a quick turnaround to Thanksgiving against the Cowboys. So if they beat the Panthers, he's probably got 2 more starts, the Bucs and the Cowboys. But I'd be surprised if Daniel Jones is starting in December. Is that something to look forward to? I don't know. I guess for the fans who just want it to end, yes. For the other fans, look forward to watching college football and the figuring out who the Giants are going to draft with a top 7 draft pick.
Well, so all I heard there is you gave the Giants fans no hope at all. Nothing to look forward to. No hope.
How about this? How about this, Dex? Malik Neighbors and Tyrone Tracy Jr., 2 rookies, lead the Giants. They're 1-2 on the Giants in yards from scrimmage. They're the only team in the NFL that has 2 rookies, 1-2 yards for scrimmage on their team. So if you want to say brighter days are ahead, you can watch those 2 rookies and hope that brighter days are ahead.
All right, there we go. Some positivity for the people. Some positivity for the Giants fans.
That's me, Mr. Optimism.
You found something. I like. You have to dig deep, but you found something. I do appreciate that. All right, you brought up the Chiefs before. The Chiefs, their win last week over the Bucs had them improve to 8-0. Did that have you more encouraged about this team? Because Patrick Mahomes has not looked his best this season. Do you still view them as the team to beat in the AFC, or is it somebody else?
No, it's them. I mean, we do this, right? We did this for the Patriots for 20 years. It's like, nah, this isn't their year. It's like, no, it's their year. Like we just look for like the slightest flaw that we would forgive any other team for. We look to beat up the Chiefs for. They're 8-0. They haven't played anywhere near their best. Patrick Mahomes is having an okay season, and they're still undefeated, right? So, and they're only getting better. DeAndre Hopkins addition, he looks like a beast. He scored 2 touchdowns in the win against the Bucs. Kareem Hunt, oh, what are we going to do when Isaiah Pacheco gets hurt? They go and pick up a running back no one else wanted, and he, can't stop scoring touchdowns and 100-yard games. So it's like, oh, why didn't anybody else want Kareem Hunt? It's just that they have the magic touch. Whatever they do works. They're going to find they don't blow teams out. They just do enough to win. And it's like, well, eventually that's going to run out. Well, they're approaching their 4th Super Bowl in 5 years. So I'm thinking it's not going to run out anytime soon. The Chiefs are the team to beat, not just in the AFC and the whole NFL.
That's a statement there about the Chiefs, who are still looking good at 8-0, like you said. Last thing for me, a multiple-part question here. And this is with 2 teams, 2 different conferences. Can the 6-2 Steelers win the AFC North, and can the 7-2 Commanders win the NFC East? And with that being said, those 2 questions, what are you going to be eyeing in their matchup this Sunday when they face off against each other?
I think it's an interesting matchup because it's a been there, done that team that isn't overly talented, especially on offense in the Steelers. It's a team that knows how to win. They just never have a losing season. So like whether that's the coaching staff or the, TJ Watt or Minka Fitzpatrick, like they just find ways to win, and they've been there, done that. They expect to win against the Commanders team that's been dreadful for 25 years and suddenly believes they can be, a NFC Super Bowl contender. That's the kind of impact Dan Quinn's made on the sideline and Jaden Daniels has made at quarterback. So it's a been there, done that team against a team that isn't used to playing in these spots. I think that's fascinating to see if experience matters or if just pure, hype and naivete, I guess, to a degree. Matters. I think the Steelers can win the AFC North. I don't think they can go to the Super Bowl. I think once the games get to the playoffs, you need to score more than the Steelers score. I do think they can win the AFC North, though the Ravens are, loaded. They just have some inexplicable losses every once in a while. And the Commanders, I think, will win the NFC East. I think they will win. The Cowboys are dead. The Giants are dead. The Eagles I think are really good and will make the playoffs, but the Commanders have something right now with Daniels, with the head coach, with the rejuvenated fan base, owner, an aggressive GM who just made a trade for Marshawn Lattimore. I think the Commanders are the favorite in the NFC East. The Steelers could win the AFC North, but the Ravens are the favorite.
All right, that's going to be an intriguing matchup on Sunday. If you know me, you know who I'll be rooting for in that matchup. But the Commanders, their fan base, you're right. They're pumped up. They're excited about this, Ryan. They think they can win that division. We will see. That is Ryan Dunleavy doing a great job talking about the NFL with us. He is the NFL columnist for the New York Post. Ryan, keep trudging along. It is Week 10. Like you said, before you know it, you're going to be in New Orleans at the Super Bowl, trying to get to the finish line.
Thanks, Dex.
No problem, man.